who's going to join too. He texted me yesterday.
Great.
Okay, good. And we are now live. The December 26, 2014 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
To all who celebrate the Christmas holidays.
Oh, I should show you this.
Happy holidays to everyone else.
I will show you one of my gifts, which is really odd. It's this.
Oh, it's Gracie and who? What's the other?
Lori. But this is two labs, but it's like when you lift it up, a dog barks. And the dogs get up and they look at it and they go like, "What is that?" Thank God it's not too loud.
Cool. So I am trying to get the showcase working, Dennis. I just put your link.
Yeah, there we go.
You guys see it?
I see. Oh, here we are.
Showcase. How do you get to showcase?
On the left-hand side, the yellow tag looking.
Okay.
What does that do?
Hey.
Well,
it brings up the link so that people that are watching the Hangout can see what we're talking about. So if you click on those yellow tags, Dennis, you should see, welcome to Thrace Link.
Yeah. What's Thrace?
Oh, yeah.
So you can tell us about it, Dennis. This is what you did. You had a chance to play with that.
Well, it has like different levels. You can pay $10 a month and you can get it on a mobile device and you can listen to different levels of. Nope, that's wrong.
I was going to say, this says it's a global supplier of woven and non-woven geosynthetic fabrics.
That's not it. I gotta find it.
That's not the right one. It's a different link. And when I read Thrace link, it sounds like it might have something to do with Greece. Thrace? T-H-R-A-C-E? I don't know.
Hello, Dwayne.
Hello, how are you, Gina?
Hi.
Good. How are your holidays?
Hi, Dwayne.
Pretty good. It was nice. How about with you? And how about with you, Yvette?
We had a great time. Had a wonderful Christmas. Thank you.
Good.
What did your daughter get, Yvette?
She requested a couple things, you know. She's into anime, some movies from Studio Ghibli or whatever, and a couple games here and there that she likes. You know, she got what she wanted.
Oh,
Very
good.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Have you found it yet?
I'm trying. It's my computer's running really slow for Google.
Wait, I know that you sent me an email the other day, and I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to respond in regards to the Google Hangouts. Like, I guess you were asking me to figure out how to work it, or.
Yeah. This seems like really neat to utilize. You know.
Yeah, and there's things too. I mean, like I don't know. Have you ever worked with Camtasia? Because what's really nice if you're into training your clients, you know, doing a training session, you can record it through Camtasia. You know,
Okay.
And it's really a nice.
It's called Camtasia.
Well, no, I have that separate. You know, when I train a client, I like to give them a CD after a DVD of what I just did, so they go back and get a refresher from it.
Okay, so you record the session, you give them a DVD with it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. And you do it all.
Stacy Kildall. You know, Stacy Kildall told me about that a few years ago, and I thought it was such a great thing because, you know, if I was paying for something where I was getting a training session, I would like to have something that I could use to go back to, you know, especially when they're paying, you know, top dollars for training.
Right. Yeah, I've been using GoToMeeting, but this seems like it's neater. I'm not sure. Do you like it better?
I love Hangout.
You'll have to walk your people through it the first time or two, but once you get, I mean, I like the thing about it that you can have more than two people talking to each other at a time.
Right.
Yeah, and Gina, when you do your recordings afterwards, does it record it for you on the Hangout?
Yes, the live ones do. You have to have a YouTube account.
Yeah.
And once you have your YouTube account hooked up, then you're allowed to go live. And every time you do it live, it records it for you. If you don't do the live session, if you're just hanging out with someone, you do not get it recorded.
Right.
So you have to do live.
Look at that.
You having fun over there, Linda?
Linda's going to the beach.
What I did was I went over to the Google Effects. Dwayne had asked about how it worked. And Dwayne, there's a column on the left side of your screen. If you move your cursor over there, you'll see a skinny vertical column.
Right. Yes.
And I'm playing right now with the thing that says Google Effects, which is kind of a yellow square with a magic wand on it. And if you click on that, then a right-hand column opens up. And this, I'm playing right now with backgrounds, which are experimental, see? So I can change my background.
The brick wall.
On a different background.
They've added some things since the last time I played with
like
the Google Effects.
You did this last week, didn't you, Gina?
I did this during Halloween.
Yeah.
I got my Princess
Hangout.
Elsie picture.
That was funny on Seth's Hangout, how everybody was disguised.
That was a fun hangout
Yeah.
at Halloween.
It was. I went through here thinking I might find some Christmas decorations, but there's no Christmas decorations.
Maybe because it's done. You know?
No, there wasn't any, I'm sure. Now, we'll have to ask Google for that.
Oh no. Okay. I see what you do with the Google Effects. Let's see what happens here. Oh,
I like the horns, Dwayne.
yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, there we go.
That one.
He's the pharaoh.
Here we go. There we go. There we go. There you go. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Oh, I like the cat in the hat or whatever it is.
This is my true nature.
Okay, an angel. Sarah's an angel too. She loves her halo.
Now Sarah's going to
So
show
anyway, that's that one. There's the one that looks like yellow sales tags is the showcase. That was what Gina just used. Okay, there's 2 chat messages. Oh, you found the right one.
I'm trying.
Oh,
Yeah.
LIGQ.com. Dennis found the correct link.
Okay. Now I
So
think
you
I have
click
it
on-
now.
Oh, but you have to sign in.
Hey, Gina, was there quite a few people on Seth's Hangout today? Was Sarah there?
Fair number. It wasn't totally full.
No.
Was Sarah there?
She tried, but I think she was probably on her tablet.
Oh.
No, Gina was there. Joanne Del Bezo was there. And there were 2 other people that one was new.
Right. There was a Catherine and a Claudette that were new.
I haven't had a chance to go into his Hangouts lately. I've been kind of busy. But I do watch them.
Yeah, I do watch them. I like Stacy and Dawn's also.
Oh, gosh, Dawn is a riot, too. She's so hilarious.
She is my hero.
Yeah, I like Dawn. She's a nice person, too. I
I
mean,
want a client that says, what do I need to do to qualify to be your client?
yeah.
That's what she said. That was her latest thing. She said someone came in and asked what they had to do to qualify. I love that. I do. You know, it shows that they're engaged, they're willing to participate. You ask them a question, they're going to respond. They're open to what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
They pay their bills on time.
Well, that's always a plus too, Dennis.
Yes.
You can make that as a qualification. Actually, I do try to bill in advance as much as possible. And even my monthly clients, I have a deposit. I generally keep a deposit of one month's worth of work. So if I go through a month and they don't pay, then I take the money from their deposit account, and the next month, I will let them know that they have 2 payments to make. They have to pay for that month, and they have to replenish the deposit account. So, kind of helps my accounts receivable. I only have the accounts receivables that I want. That means that I have a couple non-profits, and I've given them leeway. You're laughing, Dennis.
Sort of involuntary pro bono.
But I believe in their cause, so I'm easy. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So I found, and I was trying to put a link, the ultimate guide to getting your business ready for the end of the year. This is a really great one from Zen Payroll. I have it in the community. I've shared it, but it gives you a little checklist. It includes accounts receivable. This is the most complete one that I have seen. Does anybody?
Can you put in the chat?
Are you gonna post it on the chat or anything?
I'm trying to get it. What I'm getting are the slide share, but I know that there's another way you can get this too. But I'll post the slide share.
I guess Misha's not going to show up.
Pardon me?
I wonder if Misha's not going to show up today, I guess.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I texted her earlier, and she was at the doctor's office.
Oh. Well, all of my visits to the doctor have come out very well, so.
Good.
I'm going to live another year or 2, they say, so that's good.
Just another year or 2?
No, well, that's not what they say. They just say, oh, my tests are good, you know. They say they don't need to see me for 2 more years. That's
nice.
That's a good thing.
That's
a
great.
very good thing, yeah. My blood pressure is great. It's like 112 over 60. You know?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm on medicine. I may have to be careful and cut back on my medicine soon if it keeps going down. That'd be great.
Yeah. Your diastolics is a little low.
So.
Yeah, yeah. But that's good.
Oh, it's very good. Oh, okay. Zen Payroll. All right.
So you're able to get that?
Yeah, it goes right there.
Good. Good. One of the things that I really like about it, you know what? I'm going to see if I can share my screen, if that will work. I don't know if it does or not.
You mean like have 2 windows, you and
no,
us?
For whatever reason, I have never been able to share my screen with on a Hangout.
Well,
really?
I don't know why. I don't know what is up with my. Now, are you seeing it now?
Well, what are we seeing? We're seeing
screen.
Black.
I see a black screen.
Look like it was trying to come up there for a minute. Of course. See, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if there's a way to do that. Let me, you know, a way we could do it if we wanted to. If you have 2 computers next to each other, but then we'd have to actually copy and paste to get to it because you don't want the Hangout open because you get the echoing then.
So you did the screen share, the green arrow. I mean, the green box, right?
yes.
And it doesn't do anything.
Well, no, what it does is it shares what's on your screen. It doesn't split your screen.
No.
Oh, yeah, it says it will. Choose what you'd like to share.
It says Gina Rodkey is presenting to everyone.
And there's nothing there but black, right?
Right. Wonder if
It tells me I'm sharing.
Okay, well.
Sorry.
It was worth a try. If we ever you know what we should do is we should 6 Seth onto it.
Yeah, because that does this all the time.
He'll get to the bottom of it for sure.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
if it can be done, he'll figure it out.
Tina was really good with IT too.
Today's her birthday.
Oh, I gotta say happy birthday. Thank you, Yvette, for letting me know.
No problem.
I haven't been online too much. I've been playing with a little baby.
I don't believe that. I'd rather be doing that. She's probably you're.
I was going to say, you mean a newborn baby? You don't really much play with them.
Well, no, they mostly eat and sleep and.
That's right. So you hold them and you change them, but
Right.
wait for a little bit. Yeah.
But I like this age. I mean, they stay where you put them.
That's a very nice age. It is.
So does anybody have anything they want to talk about QuickBooks related today?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, let's hear.
I was saying yesterday I finally got around to figuring out how Smart Vault worked with QBO, and I've got this one client where he's got some issues with the State Department of L&I
Okay.
as to if these people are contractors or employees. And one thing that they have in the state of Washington, if you are not registered with L&I, have a contract, you're doing construction, and you don't have a contractor's license, then by definition you're an employee.
Oh.
So, what I've been doing is there's several contractors I think are really employees, and so I go to the Department of Revenue and the Department of L&I and see if they have any licenses. And so I save it as a PDF file, and then I've been attaching these documents to the particular client via Smart Vault with QBO. And it worked pretty well. So it's a way of flagging contractors or / employees and telling my client that, hey, you better make sure they're registered with L&I or that they've got a business license with the Department of Revenue, because if they're not paying B&O tax, you know darn well they're not contractors, they're probably employees. And so I'm trying to anticipate, because we're having an audit and there's only a few that were mentioned, and my concern is that they might expand the audit, and
Oh,
so I'm trying to.
absolutely they will. And that's one of the things that concerns me about QuickBooks Online. Can they ask for the logon or to be added as a user?
Say the L&I. I'm assuming they probably can, as an accountant or
Right. That's what I'm saying. So then they have access to everything.
The whole file, yeah.
That's a good question. I'll look into it for you guys.
Because I know
Of course, most of the
it hasn't been brought up in any of the society meetings that I've had, but that's a really good question. It's always been directed toward a desktop copy and not an online version. So I would imagine that they would request a logon. Now the key is whether or not if a person has been online for more than 1 year, how are you going to segment out the information that they're requesting for that particular year without getting into a historical presentation?
Absolutely.
What I usually do with the audits is I go into either QB Desktop or QB Online, and I print the reports they want with the dates they want, and I just print them to PDF files. And then
that's
do it in the PDF files, because they're like 500 pages long. I'm not going to print them.
Right. No, I agree with you, Linda, except that they may ask for a logon. Do you think that they would, like with the desktop, they can ask you for the desktop files?
Well,
No, we never let them access the files.
With the desktop file, the thing is nice, as you all know, we can condense it. I mean, have a period copy.
Right.
Yeah. So you could just get a copy that's just isolated to the year in question that they're asking about.
Exactly.
Well, I know the state of Washington, as a practice, they ask for the QuickBooks file, the desktop file, if they're going to do an audit. As far as the QBO, I'm not sure how knowledgeable they are about QBO and whether they would. I mean, depending how techy they are, some of these people are sort of taking retirement on the job. Early retirement on the job. They've been around for a long time, and so they're not exactly real conversant with.
But I see it coming. Why wouldn't they? If they're asking for the desktop file, why wouldn't they ask for online?
I mean, I would.
I think that's going to be a bridge that we all are going to have to cross eventually in the future. Because they're making a big push for more clients to go on to QBO. So there's going to be a certain amount of them that are going to get audited. If you can get them to buy off on just taking the printed reports, then you can get away with not having them have to have a sign up. But let's say 2 or 3 years down the road, and you've got two, three, maybe 4 years of activity in your QBO file. You don't want them looking at all 4 years, right?
Absolutely, and there is no period condense to give them.
Well, that's something Intuit's got to come up with, and we're going to have to suggest to them to have that as a feature in the whatever new developments they have in QBO.
Is it possible?
Good question. Good question.
Well, I would think that a lot of people are asking to be able to back it up too.
Yeah. Well, with QBO, you have automatic backup online in the cloud, right?
Yeah, right. But I do know.
So you can actually restore it in the cloud? If
They
someone
can.
has lost your file?
Intuit is supposed to be able to.
Okay, I didn't think that they could. I thought that they just duplicated the file you have and they didn't back it up. Sorry.
Theoretically, they're supposed to be doing automatic backups on your behalf, and that's one of the benefits of being in the cloud and on QBO.
Is that you no longer need to do that backup, that they are doing it for you.
Right.
I know, the first 60 days you can get the QBO put back in desktop, and I would think that's just kind of an artificial deadline or time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the technology's there that if there were certain, they might, for an account, that they might be able to do something with permissions or as to what they could access.
Right. Looks like Larry is having some problems again.
Because he's on the road again.
But he's here and now he's trying to get in again.
He's here, but I guess he's only half here. The dragon is.
Well, should we say answer or should we let him go?
I'm on the road.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hi.
I'll
try to catch up with you. I'm not quite home again, so I'll try to catch up with you later.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so I've been wondering that question about QBO for a while now. I mean, obviously the IRS agents just now started learning QB desktop so they can ask for those files, but I do see the online version coming down the pike. I do see it happening.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how tech savvy some of these IRS agents are. At least the one that I've dealt with is not real. And they have a problem, getting. I think they're kind of a prisoner of their own systems, and I'm not sure that, the IRS would let them go out online, to
do that.
Yeah, I mean, I know they don't like doing email. I asked them one time, well, can you use my portal so if I want to upload stuff to you? No, I can't do that. So.
No, you have to use their portal.
I was thinking to set up a file for them so I could upload documents to it and then they could get it, but I have to fax it to them and suppose it's going to a secured line, but it makes me nervous.
Right.
Although with eFax, what I've done is that it used to come as a PDF attachment to the fax, but there's a security where you can go in and have it sent to the eFax website, and then they notify you. And so it doesn't come as a PDF attachment anymore. It goes to the eFax website, secured website, and then you're notified. Then you can go in and get it from there.
Okay, that's not too bad. Have you used e-services, the IRS e-services, Dennis?
I do. Sometimes they're kind of flaky. Like all the time, they're kind of flaky.
A password.
You have to really be careful. You don't let your password expire, because at least you have. In the past, I've had to. They send it to you.
Right.
You have to wait a month.
They mail it snail mail.
Right. But I thought they changed that. I thought they allowed you to, with security questions, reset it yourself.
Well, I was able to do it last time. I was able to set the password as opposed to having to have it sent to me via snail mail.
Right.
So maybe they're better. But they're so stressed out right now, and their budget's being cut, and they got Obamacare, and you got all this other garbage that they're dealing with that it's hard to get a hold of
right now.
I'm sorry.
I just said that they're kind of limping along right now.
Well, the commissioner said that only about half of the phone calls will get answered during tax season.
Oh, lovely.
I think I told you one day I spent 3.5 hours trying to get through to them, and the first hour and a half I gave up, and then took 2 hours the second time to get through, and then one time I got a hold of them, and as soon as I got a hold of them, they hung up on me, so I'd wasted an hour.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah,
it's hard to build the client for that too. It's like I'm not really adding any value to what I'm just kind of wasting my time, and it's hard to focus on other stuff when I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss the call when it finally does connect.
Right.
Yeah. I think it was about 2 weeks ago I called in, and it took at least 2.5 hours for them to get back with me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was trying to do an installment agreement, so finally I just gave up. I said to my client, "Here, I'll fill it out, and you take care of it." I'd rather do it online for him. I said, "You fill it out and send it in. I've had it. I'm not spending another."
I know the state will tell you to call back later, or they'll take your number and then they'll call you within 2 days.
Yeah, right. The check's in the mail.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that one too. Does it really happen? I don't know. In Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, they do call you back.
Okay.
But they obviously call you at inopportune times, though.
Well, I know that state of Washington will come in as unknown, and I generally don't answer the phone when it's unknown.
Right. It does come in as unknown. You're right. That's right. Yeah.
Because I don't want to be getting some sales pitch or whatever. In fact, I don't answer 800 numbers. I don't answer phone calls out of my area. I figure that I get so much junk phone calls that
Leave a message.
Yeah, I figure
if it's
important, they'll leave a message. If it's not, they won't.
Right. But does anybody else have any QuickBooks related things they want to talk about today?
Well, I'd like to know, have any of you been playing around with the new QuickBooks Online, and how do you like it or dislike it or what?
I haven't gotten it yet.
Go ahead.
The thing that flabbergasts me is that you would think that they would give the experienced people first crack at it so that they could find, if there's any errors to be found, they would have a better chance of finding it rather than you got to kind of get thrown in with everybody else. And I just wonder about their marketing. It's like they create this enthusiasm, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you got to wait 6 months to get it.
Right.
It's like you got their tech department doing their marketing. I'm thinking, what kind of,
That's true, and I think they do it a lot that way.
I agree. I think they do too. I've come up with some offerings that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. That self-employed thing that they have that they're coming out with.
What is that? I just got that in the mail. What is that?
A bunch of garbage as far as I'm concerned.
Good, thank you. I won't. I figured it's like that. Do you remember what did they have? They used to have a QuickBooks Basic, and then they made another one, and it was like.
Isn't even that. This is you take your personal checkbook, connect it to this, and you swipe your business expenses, and it supposedly collects them for your business.
Okay.
So many problems I have with this. This is so close to picking numbers out of the air that
Right.
I don't want anything to do with it. It's 2.5 hours to talk to the IRS if you have a problem. This
Right.
is totally unsubstantiated. There's no way I would tell my clients to use it the way that it is right now.
One of the things, I don't know whether it kind of sort of fits with Dwayne's question, but I personally have decided, although I'm certified in QuickBooks Online, I am not going to be using it with my clients. I'm going to refer to other people. I'll refer to people like Yvette or other people that do the online. I just don't have the time nor the patience to do a transaction and wait, and do a transaction and wait, and then have it not be available or something. So I use the 3 desktop versions, Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. I am going to get, I'm certified in everything except 2015, and then I'm going to do 2015 and get advanced certified in the next month, and I'll get Enterprise certified too, because I'm really pretty good with Enterprise. But I want to really start a specialty and get memberships a little bit like what Seth does, but mine is going to be just setup and training, just repeated over again month after month after month. And I will have some memberships, but mine won't go so much into advanced. It'll be more the setup and training, and I'll have a couple of webinars a week, and I'm trying to, I just signed up for a class that Kyle Sexton teaches about when you set up memberships, how to set up different levels of memberships and that. So
okay, nice. Let us know how it works out for you.
I will, and then if you have anybody that you don't want to set up or train, you could refer them to me for that, because I'll be doing it online and using GoToMeeting. So I'll keep you informed on where I'm at.
Oh, good.
I don't do setups anymore or training either. I mean, I do it in connection with my tax clients if they got QuickBooks.
Right.
It's a real useful skill for going into their QuickBooks file and pulling out data, but I don't really do setup or training anymore. What I do is that I've got a colleague of mine that specializes in that, and he's referred me several good tax clients, so it's kind of a win-win. So I still have
what he doesn't want.
I still get emails from my website where people are asking about, and I just say, sorry, I'm real busy, but I'll give you my colleague's name and let him help you. Right. I just don't have to anymore. I mean, I only got so much brain bandwidth, that I can't be. If you
want to be good at what you do, you really kind of have to have a niche. And this is what I love doing. I love getting set up in the training right, so that if they have a customer who happens to also be a vendor, they're not running them all under the customer name or the vendor name. They say the name of the company, like ABC Printing customer, ABC Printing vendor, so that it, on the list name, so that it hits them right away if they've grabbed the one they don't want, and they can change it. Because QuickBooks memorizes what account on the chart of accounts to put it to, so so that helps keep things straight there.
I have been using QuickBooks Online, and I do have clients that I've been referring, and I will continue to refer. It's a different way of doing things. The client has to be a good fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're not, a lot of times what I'm recommending with the desktop is QBox along with it.
I love QBox.
I would think QBox is probably kind of a pain in the ass to Intuit, because they're kind of making it more difficult for them to push people to the cloud. It's kind of like a counter revolution where people don't want to, you get the same benefit of a hosted solution, I see, in terms of access to the file. And so I was working on a client today where it screwed up their sales tax, and we're charging expense instead of the liability. So I was go in, I just set myself up as the external accountant, and so they'll know what entries I've made, and so I can go in and keep tabs of, I use Zoho CRM, and I've got a place for each client record where I can take notes, and so I'll just jot my notes down, and then I can just copy my notes into an email and send it to them, once I've done the analysis.
Well, I want to start doing more things with the apps, with the QuickBooks Online. I love Bill.com. Bill.com and QuickBooks Online work wonderfully.
Good.
T-sheet.
Build.com. I've kind of was looking into it because I have, this one client that I thought it would be great for because I didn't want to be paying their bills anymore.
Right.
And on an average, they probably cut out about 200 to 300 checks a month. Okay, minimum. And when I called Bill.com that one month, it gets to be pretty expensive because they start charging you for every check.
Yeah.
Right. But now, after using Bill.com for quite a while, most of mine go electronic. I look at Bill.com as being bill pay by bank for businesses, and that's the way I describe it.
Oh, so do you not pay for the electronic checks?
They can do electronic checks, but they can just do it like an electronic ACH, which is like $1 cheaper per transaction. And when you can do it that way, there's a lot of hidden costs that you're not thinking about, which is we're going to start with checks, ink, envelopes,
paper.
The time that it takes me to do all that.
And the time that it takes to do all of that, right?
Your time and running to the post office and
Right.
the cost of your gas, your time that you've wasted.
Right. And I've even had vendors come back to me and say, "Wow, this Bill.com looks great. I wanna look into it." And this is a client's vendor. It's not somebody that I'm going to have as a client myself, right. But I'm still recommending it. I'm getting other people that I am sending bills to them, ACH, and they're liking it so much that they're coming on board. So most of the vendors are set up for e-payment. So if I send out 10 checks, maybe one of them actually goes out by e-check as opposed to the ACH. The other thing that I like is the security and the fact that you can send the payable list to the actual client and have them approve. I don't approve any of the bills. I make them approve it.
Exactly. Got to have some control.
Right. And then the second thing is I have a digital file now of the bills, so I don't have to keep copies. I do actually keep, I have a file on my desk for my clients' files, and I do keep copies of the scans there and attach them, and in addition, attach them to Bill.com, so they are actually kept in two places, but I no longer have to actually keep physical copies. I do tend to keep them for about a month, and then after that, I'll just toss them because I have them digitally.
Yeah.
And it's much easier to find in my digital file cabinet than if I were to actually go open a file drawer and try and dig through the folders.
Yeah, exactly.
So I am really liking the apps and the way that they're working with QuickBooks Online. The next one I want to look at is what Yvette's using right now, the Zen Payroll.
Yeah, I'm not quite using it yet. My client doesn't start till January 1st.
Okay.
But that's something that I'm starting to refer my clients to because it's also very feasible compared to most payroll companies and the access that they have. The employees could have their own account, set up where they can go and look at their own paychecks. Yeah. Their own paycheck, and also get their own W-2 form. So if they don't get it in the mail, they don't have to keep bothering you.
Right. That's big, actually.
Yeah. And it just seems very user-friendly. It seems like it works very well with QBO and
T-Sheets.
And T-Sheets. Oh, yeah, good old T-Sheets.
Yeah, T-Sheets syncs with it, and so does QBO.
Yep. So yeah, it seems like it's really neat. Somebody, I know that Seth, he uses it as well, and he gave a tutorial on syncing it to the desktop version because it doesn't come in exactly the way we think it would, but there's a workaround on it, and he gave a tutorial on it about, I don't know, last month or 3 weeks ago that I watched. So it was pretty simple.
I'm going to have to look for that. I'll have to look for that from Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's always said how much he enjoys Zen Payroll. He's been using it for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Zen and QBO Payroll?
If your internet is down, you can still use Zen.
It's very different. Even I like the reports too. The reports seem a lot nicer than they are in QBO.
How about price?
Pardon me?
How about price comparison?
A price comparison Zen Payroll to me. I mean, for 5 employees, it's $45 a month.
That's
What's
incredible.
What's it for
That
QBO?
is very good.
What's
and
QBO?
it works.
70? What's QBO Payroll? Is that around 70 or something like that?
Something like that. So I compared
You
to
need
all
to
the
take
other.
some airborne.
Yeah. Yeah. Dennis, do you have a cold, Dennis?
Yeah, I actually don't feel too bad, but I've got this crazy cough that I can't stop coughing. So I've been sort of flooding myself with water. Had about 4 or 5 bottles of water so far. Just kind of, I find that works well to flush my system. You know,
Good.
I drink lots of water during tax season so that I get my flu shots. So
That's a good thing.
So you're a non-flu shot person too, Dennis?
no, I always get a flu shot.
Oh, okay.
I'm not flu shot. I don't believe in them. Everyone I know gets them.
It's 50-50 as far as I know.
I think the less chemicals and stuff you could put into your system, the better you're off.
I have only tried it twice, and twice I was sicker than I was ever in my life. So
I would get it if I were you then.
I've been for about 10, 15 years now, so my wife says it'll give me Alzheimer's, but
Dwayne, for or
Yes.
against flu shots?
Oh, I'm against flu shots.
Okay.
I believe in vitamin C and T.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. But I
think-
add airborne to that list too. That's a shot of vitamins and minerals.
That's
But the
true.
thing that gets you is your grandkids.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
why I
do
don't
anything
have
without grandkids.
And especially this time of year, right?
Especially this time of year. That's it.
You're hugging and kissing on all of them.
Oh yeah.
That's great. So do we have any other QuickBooks subjects we'd like to talk about? Do you have any other questions, Dwayne, about QuickBooks Online?
No, I went through the conference and I took a look at the latest and the greatest that they have in QuickBooks Online, and it appears that they've improved it since the old days.
Oh yeah, they have.
Mhm.
But I haven't confirmed it. This is something maybe you can confirm for me. I haven't been online and played around with it enough to see whether or not you can do batch transactions on.
You
QuickBooks.
can.
No.
Oh, no, not batch, but reclassify transactions you can.
You can?
Not batch, but reclassify you can.
Oh, okay. But you can't do batch like you can do on desktop on QuickBooks Online yet, right?
No, you can't do the batch invoicing if that's what you're asking for.
No, like let's say if you
You
want,
can memorize invoices.
yeah,
or
but let's say,
people repeating or something.
let's say you get a tax client or you get a client and they want you to set them up, and then they give you like 9 or 10 months worth of bank activity and stuff, and you want to try to get it up in there pretty quickly. You're still going to have to go transaction by transaction, right?
No.
With
Not
QuickBooks Online.
necessarily. Not necessarily. You're now allowed to import by the CSV.
Oh, right.
which I've been waiting for
So,
a
so
long.
you would have to put it on a spreadsheet, and then you would transfer it in, right?
If you're not getting it in through the bank feeds. The bank feeds for QuickBooks Online, I think, really work a lot better than the desktop.
They're working better than they used to, right?
They're working better than they used to, but many banks do not go further back than, I'll say, 3 months.
Right. So yeah, can't go back and do the last 3 years. Sometimes you can order those reports and then down.
Yeah, but you can, get downloaded as a, for the file. If you go into downloads into the bank and bring it in through there, you don't have to bring it in as a CSV either.
Right, right. But what I'm saying, if the bank only allows 3 months worth of transactions, you can bring it in. If you can get the bank to give it to you in a CSV file, you can import it into QuickBooks Online.
Right. But
transactions further back than what the bank gives you.
I know with like zero on the CVS on the bank, you have to make the debits as minuses. Is that the same thing with QBO or?
Yeah.
I don't recall doing that.
Yeah.
Have they improved the downloads from PayPal? Because with PayPal, when you bring it in from PayPal, either to desktop or PayPal you can't match up the category. It either all comes in as miscellaneous income or miscellaneous expense, and then you have to go through and recategorize everything.
I haven't tried to use PayPal.
Okay.
I manually put those in because you have to also take into consideration their fee. I make an adjustment for the deposits,
Right. I know, because they've taken their fees out.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I do.
I kind of sort of do that too.
That's what I do with Zero. I just basically go in, or with Zero and PayPal, I just go in and transfer to my bank when it comes in. I'll basically, the differences to bank fees, between what I invoiced and what I got, the differences to the bank fee or to the bank fees or the fees.
Got it. The PayPal fees.
Right.
Yeah, the PayPal fees.
Now, do they give you a report? Does PayPal give you a report that you could use, a daily report? I do that with Square, actually.
I don't know that. Yeah, I'm not sure that I have to physically transfer it from PayPal to my bank. It takes like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, you wait till it piles up pretty big, huh? Like 5,000, 10,000 at a time?
Well, not that much, but I wish.
Well, the more money, the bigger your balance is, the more you're transferring, the more days it takes. If you transfer 15 or 20,000, it can take you 2 weeks.
Well,
that's
not a billable time.
Wow.
They're using your money.
Did it.
Yvette, you were going to say?
You were asking a question about reports in PayPal, or no? Who was?
Yes.
Okay.
Reports.
I usually pull up. You can pull up daily reports, and with the balance on them as well.
Okay. Okay.
If you ever need to know how to do that, just call me and stuff. I'll walk you right through it. It's pretty easy.
I haven't bought into the PayPal, and I really kind of advise my clients against it.
The fees are large enough, I think. So,
Right. I don't like how they can get into your bank account and suck money out whenever they want to. That's the part I don't like. So while I do have a PayPal account, I keep that bank account at $5.
Got it.
I use PayPal not for my business, but for personal use. If I want to buy something, and I love it because I don't like to give out my credit card to all these, different places. I do shop a lot online. I don't like going to stores, because it takes too much time just driving there, and I'm just not the most patient person. So I'd rather just purchase things. I know what I want to get. When I go to the store, it's because I have an agenda, and I want to be in and out. And so I like to just shop online and get what I need, and I use PayPal for that. If I want to shop, I use PayPal. That way, it limits how many people have access to my credit card.
I tend to have several credit cards with a very low balance.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything questionable, I'll use those credit cards so that should something happen, they can't get a whole lot.
Well, and now, you know, they have a lot of these companies, they text you. Like that, my credit card, the one that I use, they text me anytime there's an expense.
Nice.
So if I didn't make it and they text me, I'm going to find out right away.
Well, I still like using Square because you get the report at the end of the day, like a cash register. So you will get the total amount of sales by item now. And if that's the way you want to put it into your QuickBooks, you can. And you will also get the amount that they're taking out for their fee. So I'll put the deposit in the client's account, and then when it downloads, it just matches, and the fee is already taken care of.
Right.
I like Square. I don't use it for my business, but I have a couple clients that use it. You know, one is a taco shop that they use it, and I love it because I could book the sales very easily with that. They do have a time, I think it's at I think right at 6. I can't remember the time that they cut off for that day. So sometimes it overlaps, and I could usually figure it out with no problem. You know.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Square?
Square.
Where?
Oh, okay.
Now, does that come in as a import file into QuickBooks, or is it something you have to manually enter?
What you do is you attach it to your cell phone to get your money.
Right, and it can sync with QuickBooks Online.
That's my Square.
I've never synced it.
I did, and then unsynced it immediately.
Yeah, and that's usually how. You know what? A lot of these places, you know, POS systems, they say that it syncs with QuickBooks, but when you do the actual sync, what I always do is I do a backup file, get a dummy file, put it on another, and just do it there, and then look at it. And 9 times out of 10, it's not seamless.
No, it's easier to just enter it.
Yeah, that's
I receive a payment. It was paid by Square, and I received the payment of the whole invoice. And then when I go to make the deposit, I subtract off the PayPal fees.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom deposit.
The same way the IPN does it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes into your bank account. You just have to make the manual entry.
Right.
It automatically goes. And what I was really surprised.
Well, the sync, if you do the sync, it creates a Square bank account. It creates a Square liability account. It creates a Square expense account.
Yeah.
Don't be messing with my chart of accounts, please.
Exactly.
So, I was really surprised because I got paid $240 on Tuesday with the Square around noon, and it was in my account yesterday.
And that's the other thing I like about Square.
Because Intuit's not like that.
Mm-mm.
It takes 2 to 3 days.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, and if on the weekends, forget it. If you charge
Well,
it
Square's really
Friday, you
good.
don't get it until Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. That's one thing I don't like about, you know, now it's called QuickBooks Payments
Solutions or something.
Yeah. I mean, I see that money in my bank 2 to 3 days after it's been charged. So it's not immediate.
Well, with PayPal, you have to withdraw it. PayPal doesn't send you any of that money.
Yeah.
But what's interesting now is I read an article in the Wall Street Journal about, you know, in Japan for a few years, the interest rate was negative. And they're saying now in this country it looks like our interest rate may go negative, and so you may have to actually pay money to have your money in an account for them to keep your... I know.
Crazy.
Whoa.
This was the Wall Street Journal I read this in.
Put it in a shoebox.
Are these investment accounts? I would imagine. Yes? No?
No, I'm not getting it in any of mine yet. I was just reading. They're talking about this is what's happened. I have had accounts pay less and less interest all the time. I'm getting 0.25% interest on my cash in my TD Ameritrade account, and that's money market. a quarter of one. That's not even with inflation. So
Right, right.
yeah. So it's just, who knows? That those when they write things in newspapers, like even the Wall Street Journal has some credibility. That doesn't mean that what they write is going to definitely happen. It may not.
That's as interesting as them saying, I think it's on the 5th of January, that there's going to be a kind of funny gravitational pull on the Earth.
Oh, yes, and we're going to be weightless for 5 minutes. I can't wait for that. No, I thought that was so cute.
Well, let's just hope we're all in the right place at the right time. Okay?
That's right, Tori.
Do we know when that's going to happen? January 3rd, you said?
Well, it's not during my birthday.
You know, they didn't give you any time, though, you know?
No, it didn't. It didn't say when.
Right.
We're going to line up and we would be weightless.
Right.
It said 5 minutes, but I don't believe it.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll be in the bathroom standing on the scale because I want to see that.
The lightest you've ever been, right?
There you go.
I'll take a picture of my feet on the scale, zero, and send it to the doctor.
You'll probably be on the ceiling since you don't weigh anything, right?
Right. You have to be pushing yourself off the ceiling, pushing down.
That's right. You'll have to hold on and push down.
So, Linda, speaking about your birthday.
Yeah, oh,
Do you
no,
want
I don't know whether to do it or not.
Pardon?
Because what I'm going to have to, my sister wants to do it too, and she's in Huntingtown. So I think we need to pick a time.
Okay. Tell me a time and I'll be there.
Is 6 o'clock too late your time?
Okay, are you talking 6 p.m.?
Your time. East
6
Coast
p.m.
time.
my time? On Saturday, the 3rd.
Saturday the 3rd.
Okay.
We got one meeting on the 2nd.
We will have a meeting on the 2nd, yes.
So we can finalize it then, but I'm going to pick a time. I've got to get somebody to come in and set it up, though, and run it for me, because I don't want to be running this. I want to be having fun at my birthday party.
Oh, absolutely. But once you just get on, then you're fine. You can just leave it up.
Oh, that's true the whole time.
Right.
Somebody could just come
Come
on
and
and
go.
say hello. Yeah,
Right.
that's an idea. But I think I'll need somebody at my end at the laptop.
Yeah.
Babysitter.
Figure it out.
Because it'll be going up from the laptop to the computer. The computer hangs down off of the ceiling, and it aims at the screen. So we have a big screen.
Oh, nice.
So that should be good. I'm going to pick a time, like it'll either be, see, if I did it at 3 o'clock my time, it would be 6 o'clock your time. If I do it I could do it at 1:30. 1:30 would be 4:30.
It doesn't matter to me. You just tell me the time that works for your party, Linda. I'll be there on this end.
Yeah, I'll pick a time, but I'm only gonna probably pick about a half an hour to an hour of it for the people to come on, so it's not constantly being interrupted, and I'll double check with people. So, and you can always come in. You're talking about coming in for maybe 5 minutes, so you could come in on your phone.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
all righty, and we'll talk about it next week. I'll have it figured out. Either that or I'll cancel it.
Aww.
Not the party, just the hangout. So.
Hey, Gina, so are you using now Square for your clients, to take payments in or for your business?
For my business, I am personally using Bill.com and still using the Intuit Payment Network, the IPN. Not the Payment Solutions, the IPN. Mm-hmm. I have not upgraded to 2015, and I had heard that they were going to fix that and the IPN would be allowed, but I don't think that that's going to be the case now. The last time that they did an upgrade was at the R8 or whatever.
Right.
They said that part of that upgrade was bringing all of the merchant services, the GoPayment, the IPN, all together on one platform. That's not what I want. I want my IPN.
Yeah. So IPN, though, that allows your customers, when you send them an invoice, to pay, right?
To pay, yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't worry about that because I have them on automation on my clients.
Okay.
You know,
What do you have on all your clients?
but just they're automated. You know, they pay me, I submit an invoice, and then their account gets charged.
Oh, okay. So they pay you on a monthly basis.
Yeah, well, what happens even with the short-term clients, like if I ever have to train them, or what I do is QuickBooks file cleanups, you know, there's a minimum of 2 hours, and anybody that engages in my business with me, they get an engagement letter and a billing authorization form. So at that point, and sometimes they have to put a deposit as well. So when I complete the work, they get an invoice, and I have the way they want to pay me, whether it's with electronic check, credit card, debit card, whatever. It gets charged at that time.
Okay. Are you using QuickBooks Online for your business?
No, I use Enterprise Solutions 2015.
Oh, that's right. You had told us that before. So you actually hand enter whatever it is that however they're paying after you create the invoice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it goes the way it is set up on Enterprise Solutions, or if you have QuickBooks Payment Solutions, you press the tab, like say they're paying me via Visa. I press the Visa, receive payments Visa, and it takes you to their platform.
Okay, and then you key in the numbers there.
Yeah, it's encrypted already. So.
Now, Yvette, you've updated your company file to 2015. Have you found any glitches in the Enterprise at all?
The first week, yes, but not ever since. They corrected it right away, and I've been using it and love it.
Okay, great.
I haven't had any issues.
Okay.
That was the invoicing and the line shading.
Yeah. Boy, they corrected that really quick. Somebody was listening. Yeah. I think within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, it was taken care of.
Nice.
Yep.
So I know they watch these shows.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, someone from Intuit that day reached out to me.
Okay.
Oh, nice, nice.
It was on Seth's show.
They were being proactive. That's wonderful to hear, actually.
Yeah, that was that day where you, Gina, and Seth, me, Dennis, I think were you on that one?
Yeah.
And, it was the week that we got the actual downloads. And
right.
said, anybody downloaded it yet? And I said, yeah, I did. And guess what?
You can't invoice your clients.
Yeah, because it did look really funny. I mean, the gray. But I hear some people like that gray line.
Well, for some people it would work. The people that only have one line item per, or a description that is only one line long. If you have a long description, it will not work.
Nope, it will not. So, but that's the only problem I had, and I think it's working just great.
Good. Good.
Well, it's time again. How's that? Everybody's got good weather today.
Yeah, we've been doing well here.
Except it's freezing where I'm at. It's this beautiful sunny day.
Here too.
It's so cold. I had the fireplace going and everything and bundled up.
I think it got down to 37 here in Southern California last night. That's not usual for us.
That's very cold for you guys.
It is.
You're in Southern California, right?
Today, but that's cold for us too. So, but that's not really cold. It's just cold for us. That's all.
Not cold compared to where Gina's at.
Not cold compared to where Nancy's at.
I know, boy, Nancy. Yeah.
Speaking of Nancy, I saw something on Facebook that she's semi-retired now.
Yeah, she is.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Lucky her.
Yeah.
Well, she worked hard to get to that place. She earned every minute of it.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, I guess next Friday the 2nd.
Day after New Year's Day.
That's right.
Gina, and you'll get to me and when we could hook up with Linda and stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. Do you want us to
Let
stay
me
on
stop the
today?
broadcast. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
happy holidays to everyone. Any parting words?
Well, happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah.
May you have a productive and a good week.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Me too.
We'll see you all next week then.
Okay. See you all next week. Have a great weekend.